Now that we've thought a little bit about mobiles and how they're constructed, we're going to practice making a mini one. So you'll start with a piece of wire about this big. The first thing you'll do is make the loop in the center, and that's what will hang your mobile from. So take a pair of pliers, hold the middle and twist it around to create a loop. Your mobile can hang this way or this way. I'm going to bend this one down so my loop is hanging and pointing up like that. And then I want to hang something from the end here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a loop on the end by twisting the wire around. And I'm going to bend this way so you can see that. And I'll do the other side the same way. Make my loop, and then I'm going to take it and bend it backwards so that it's tilted down. So this is what it ends up looking like. So from there, what I'm going to do is add something onto the end. So you can add whatever you like. You can create a little form. I created this little form here, and I put a loop at the top of it so I can hook it on. Now when we create our larger mobiles, we'll use something called a jump ring. This is a jump ring here. It's just a ring of wire that will allow you to attach two things so that they can move freely. We don't need to use the jump rings today, but we'll use them when we make our larger mobiles. So I want to attach this onto here, and what I'm going to do is just take the pliers, I'm going to open it up, I'm going to hook it on, and I'm going to close it back up. I'm going to be careful when I close it back up that I'm not pinching it too tight. I want it tight enough that it's not going to fall off, but loose enough that it'll still have some movement. So now I have two arms and I have something hanging. So now I want to think about the other arm. Now I can get more complicated with it by adding another set of arms to that arm. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take this smaller piece of wire. I'm going to twist it again in the middle to make that loop. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to bend it back so that loop's standing upright. And you can use your hands or your pliers. Again, I'm going to make some loops at the end of this one. Like that. And bend it down. Same thing over here. Okay, I made another set of arms that I can attach to the end here. So I'm going to do just that. I'll open this up a little bit, put it on, close it up. So now, right now I have this double sort of set of arms over here and this form right here. Now I want to add something on these two ends, but I have to think about my mobile and how it's balancing. So if I lay it down, you can see sort of the layout here. I've got the double arm here and the form here. So I'm going to put two pieces on this end. Now the two pieces I put here are going to have to equal the weight on this side. Before I do that, I'm going to make a little thing right here that I can hang it all from. So I'm going to take a wire like this. I'm going to make a loop like a hook, just like that. I'm going to hook it in and pinch it closed like that. And so now my mobile's hanging, and now I have to think about these two pieces here. So these two are going to equal to the weight of this one. So I'm going to take this one right here. I'm going to make a loop on this one so I can attach it. But I'm thinking it might be a little bit big. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it off a little smaller. And I'm going to attach that. And I'm going to do one more over here. Cut something off. I'm going to make the loop for this one first. And then I think I'm going to make this one a little more geometric. It's like a little triangle. And I'm going to hook that one on. Oops, I got to open that up a little bit before I do that. Hook it on. Close it up. Make sure it's wiggling. Now I have to look and see, is it balanced? Now, right now this end is heavier than this end is. So I have to adjust that balance somehow. So either I can make this heavier by adding something to it, or I can make this lighter by lightening up what I have over here. I think I'm going to play around with this side and make this side a little heavier. And I have lots of different ways I can do that. I could bend this and create a new arm right here, or I can add something to this shape. But I think what I'll do is I'll change this shape. I'm going to open this up, try a different shape on there. I've got this one. I'm going to make a loop for it. I'm going to put it on there. See how my balance goes. Now it's balanced. So I'm going to hook that on so that it stays. Still want to make sure it's moving. I'm going to fix up the bottom so it looks like I want it to look. I'm going to make it a little more sort of solid down here. Okay. Now I have created the mobile that balances. So let me show you what that looks like. See if you can get a good view of it here. All right, we'll zoom out. Oops. Okay, now you can see my mobile has a holder for it that hangs it up. There's a little hook in the middle, and it's got a double arm on one side. Let's fix up this little guy right here. It's got a double arm on one side and in a single form on the other. So there you go.